Have you ever stood before a mountain, not one made of rock, but one made of fear, debt, sickness, or despair? You stare at it every morning, whispering, "I can't climb this." But Jesus says, you don't need big faith, you just need living faith, as small as a mustard seed. A mustard seed is barely visible, yet it holds the power to grow into a tree that shelters life. Faith doesn't have to be large, just alive. Picture Peter on the stormy sea. The wind roars, waves rise like walls. For a few steps, he walks on water, but doubt creeps in. He sinks, crying, "Lord, save me." Matthew 14:30. Jesus doesn't scold him. He lifts him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Even small faith kept Peter afloat until fear took over. When fear grows, faith shrinks, but when faith grows, fear drowns. Shift to Abraham, 100 years old, childless, yet God promised descendants like stars. Human logic screamed, "Impossible!" But Romans 4:20 says, "He did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God, but was strengthened in his faith." Abraham didn't deny the mountain, he spoke to it through faith, and the barren womb became a cradle of nations. The greatest mountain ever moved wasn't made of stone, it was sin. At Calvary, Jesus faced humanity's mountain of guilt. Faith carried him through the cross to the empty tomb. Because he conquered death, your mountains are no longer permanent, they're movable. Faith doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means inviting God into it. You don't have to shout at your mountain, whisper with belief. God moves when you trust, not when you panic. For we live by faith, not by sight. So when your mountain looks immovable, remember, the same God who split seas, leveled walls, and rolled away stones is still at work. Faith doesn't tell God how big the mountain is, it tells the mountain how big God is.